JYP Entertainment, known to be a part of one of the biggest entertainment companies in K-pop. The company has a high rate of success for crafting talented young artists and groups, as well as developing and keeping up with the latest trends. The founder himself is well experienced and involved for being a singer and notable figure in the industry for decades. With this information, most of us would assume JYP has created some sort of formula that each artist and group they debut would each achieve the same level of success or greater.
It's not working, so stop fronting. I know you want me, let's start talking.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to Midnight Theories. Over the recent week, numerous rumors have woven its way onto online forums and media sites on the current position of GOT7. As we now know, GOT7's contract has come to an end with JYP Entertainment, and all 7 members have decided to part ways from the company. I will discuss their departure, but before that, let's dive into the journeys of achievements and struggles they took to get to this point. In the midst of the second-gen boom of K-pop that gave us big boy group names like Big Bang, Beast, Shinhwa, and Super Junior, JYP Entertainment were also involved with this boom with the inclusion of their boy group 2PM. And behind the scenes, the company was busy training and preparing their new lineup of idols, eagerly gearing up for their new boy group's debut. GOT7 is a multinational group with backgrounds from South Korea, Hong Kong, Thailand, and the United States. Through trials of auditions, scouting, and a mix of lineup changes, GOT7 were slowly formed over the years to become the group of 7 talented men that they are today. J-Bum and Junior were the first to join the company in 2009. The duo were involved in a few projects before their official debut that included K-drama Dream High 2 and followed it up with a duo project group called JJ Project, and once again appeared in a drama called When a Man Falls in Love. This was also around the time that the pair adopted their stage names JB and Junior to not confuse the public with other singers with the same name. In 2010, Bam Bam and Mark joined the company, and Jackson and Yoogyeom followed after in 2011. While JB and Junior were busy with their JJ promotions and acting, the quartet appeared in the Mnet survival show Who Is Next? Win.
안녕하세요. 저희는 JYP 댄스 팀입니다. 춤 장르가
Youngjae was the last member to join the company as a trainee in 2013, finally completing the final group. Each member of GOT7 have their own unique story on how they became a part of the company. JB's original passion was to become a professional breakdancer. Strangely enough, he was casted by JYP in the bathroom of a breakdance competition. He also auditioned at JYP Open Audition and placed first, tying with Junior. Junior, on the other hand, had also dreamed of becoming a celebrity. He took dance classes for months and was able to pass the auditions with his skill. Bam Bam's mother is a huge fan of Rain. Young Bam Bam would accompany his mother to the singer's performances, and he grew an interest in Korean culture. During this period, Rain was originally under the JYP label. Being the big fan of Rain that she was made aware there was a Rain dance competition, and the winner would have the grand opportunity to dine with the singer himself. Bam Bam's older brother was originally supposed to take part in the contest, but due to an injury, Bam Bam went in his place. He won, and he passed the JYP World Tour audition and became a JYP trainee at the age of 13. For Mark was actually scouted by the company for his good looks. He was hanging out with his friends at school when he was given the opportunity to audition. He never had an interest in K-pop until he became a trainee himself. GOT7's youngest member Yoogyeom attended a dance academy during his youth. He was scouted by a dance instructor that so happened to work for the label. The instructor was able to secure a connection for Yoogyeom, and he had the spot for the young trainee to audition. Jackson was on his way to becoming an Olympian fencer when he was given the opportunity to audition for JYP. Both of his parents were on the national Hong Kong team and prepared their son to follow in their footsteps. Jackson passed his audition, but his parents did not support his change of path to become a singer. But after much persuasion and bargaining, he was able to continue his path as an artist. And last but not least, Youngjae. He attended a music academy where they held a private JYP audition. As soon as he passed, he trained for a couple months before he was added into the group and practiced with the other members preparing for their debut. The group made a loud and hot debut in January 2014 with their first mini-album, Got It. The album single, Girls, 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 was promoted alongside the album and was the group's debut song.
Girls, 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 they love me.
The music video video gained over 1 million views within the first 2 days, and the album sold over 51,000 copies and peaked at number 1 on the Billboard World Album Chart and number 2 on the GOT chart. The group's name had an interesting story behind it. JYP revealed that the name GOT7 came from one of its first boy groups, GOD. GOD was originally supposed to be named GOT6, but a member left, leaving them with 5 members. JYP took inspiration from the GOT6 name and originally planned to name the group GOT7, but it didn't sound as good, thus changing the name to GOT7. The number 7 would hold double meaning, standing for the 7 members and also represent the lucky number 7, and would hold the meaning of 7 lucky people coming together. The group was advertised as a hip-hop group that used martial arts and b-boying in their performances, similar to 2PM's acrobatic dance styles. They would lose some of this identity later on in their future comebacks, but the group did stick with some of its elements with their first few comebacks. Just months after their debut, GOT7 signed under Japan Sony Music Entertainment. To prepare for the group's Japanese debut, a mobile app was released for the Japanese fans where 10,000 fans registered. Soon after, there was an announcement that GOT7 would hold a Japan debut showcase in the same stadium as their senior label mates 2PM held for their debut showcase. The group's showcase was a success with 9,000 fans in attendance. 5 months after their debut, the group was back with their second mini-album, Got Love, and their title track, A. Got Love sold close to 60,000 albums and peaked at number 1 on the GOT charts. This album was also the first time one of the members participated in the making of this album. Leader and member JB wrote the lyrics for their B-side, Bad Behavior. In September, leader JB was involved in a car accident. Fortunately, he along the other passengers did not suffer major injuries. October 2014, the group was back in Japan for their first official Japanese tour. They released their Japanese debut single, Around the World, and sold close to 40,000 physical copies on the initial release. With no rest in sight, JYP Entertainment announced this group would be having their 3rd comeback of the year. The entertainment company was riding on the hype of their debut for their comebacks, relying and priming the group to be their biggest moneymaker. In November, GOT7 made their 2nd comeback of the year with their first full album, Identify. They promoted the album with their song, Stop Stop It. The album consisted of 11 tracks that also included their previous title track, A. Identify was a commercial success. Album sales went up to 70,000 physical copies and peaked at number 1 once again on the GOT album charts and 6 on the Billboard World Album Chart. The same month, Jackson was cast on the 2nd season of Roommate, a reality show where entertainers from all avenues lived in one house together, coexisting and building friendships. Jackson lived in the house throughout all of the Stop Stop It promotions and built a strong connection with everyone in the house. Coincidentally enough, his senior labor mate Park Jin-hyung from GOD also participated on the show. Jackson was also surprised by JYP when he flew the singer's parents all the way from Hong Kong to Korea and had an emotional reunion after not seeing his parents for a long period of time. At the end of the year award shows, Jackson won the Entertainer Rookie Award for Roommate, and GOT7 as a whole were nominated for Artist of the Year and Best New Artist. 2014 was an outstanding year for GOT7. They were one of the biggest names amongst rookie groups and considered monster rookies at that. Their schedule was jam-packed with concerts, interviews, music show performances, and fan content at that. For their 1-year anniversary, the group held their very first fan meet to celebrate with their fans. It was an emotional and joyous event to commemorate their achievements they've made in just 1 year of activities. January was also the same month where the group started participating for their tours and showcases outside of Korea and won the Best New Artist Award. And just when you thought that was it, all 7 members starred on their own web drama, Dream Night. The drama was awarded multiple awards such as Best Drama, Best Director, and JB was nominated for Rising Star Award for his lead role. JB was not the only member in the bunch to start gaining acting roles. Junior was announced that the young singer would be cast in a new and up-and-coming drama called This Is My Love. He would also be cast in the K-drama Legend of the Blue Sea, He is Psychometric, and an independent film, A Stray Goat, to name a few. He also became a host for M Countdown alongside his bandmate Bam Bam. Jackson would also become a host for Inkigayo. The summer of 2015, GOT7 were set to release their second Japanese single. And in JYP fashion, the group were also busy working on their next comeback. Much hype surrounded the new comeback, with teasers, trailers, and news drawing new fans to their new look and sound. Their third EP, Just Right, was released July of 2015, with their single under the same title. For this comeback, the group showed a softer, playful, and colorful side. With this EP, members JB, Mark, and Jackson were given the creative liberty to personally work on the album. Just Right became a viral success, putting the group in the spotlight. It sold close to 100,000 physical copies on the release and peaked at number 3 on the GOT7 charts. Just 2 months since their Just Right comeback, the group was once again teased to have a fourth comeback. September 2015, their EP Bad was released alongside their title track If You Do. Unlike their playful side in Just Right, If You Do showed their darker and mature side of the boys. This song would also win the boys their very first music show win on the show.
정말 감사드리고요.
Once again, Jackson and Mark heavily participated with this album, writing lyrics for their songs. Mad sold 90,000 copies and peaked at number 1 on the GOT7 charts. The album also received a winter edition that was released in November. To help promote their winter release, the group promoted their song Confession Song. The group visited a school of unsuspecting students and helped them confess to their crushes. Working themselves back into the Japanese market, GOT7 released their first full Japanese album and went straight into working for their next big album, Flight Log Departure. For this album, they released the song Fly. This MV would start their Flight Log series that would hold a storyline for their next few music videos to come. This album gained many achievements for the 7 members. 6 out of the 7 members helped with the production of the album. The album itself sold close to 200,000 copies. The group won multiple music show awards and even received the Album of the Year award. In April, GOT7 held their first solo concert for their tour, Fly Tour. The tour would start in Seoul and make stops in China, Japan, Singapore, and the United States. JB was unable to participate in a few tour dates and promotional schedules due to his spinal injury. While rehearsing for their tour, he was sent to the hospital after suffering from severe back pain. It wasn't until he went to the hospital where he found out his situation. He went into surgery and sat out of promotions till he recovered, and joined the group at their Singapore stop after he fully recovered. The group's popularity skyrocketed to new heights. They became brand models for several brands at this point. They were on a Japanese educational program. 3 of the members participated in a short film called Sanctuary, and Yoogyeom participated and won on the dance program called Hit the Stage. The second half of the year, the group released their second part in their Flight Log series titled Flight Log Turbulence and promoted it with their song Hard Carry. Their year was doing exponentially well, especially charting higher than ever on big-time music charts and categories. Entering into 2017, the release of Flight Log Arrival debuted in March with their title track Never Ever, ending the group's Flight Log trilogy. The album sold way over 200,000 in pre-orders alone by the release date, and by the end of the month, the group had released a new Japanese EP that also did well on the charts. Summer of 2017, JJ Project was back with their second EP, Verse 2. The pair held a photography exhibition to help promote their album along other traditional forms of promotions. It had been 5 years at this point since their subunit debuted, and they released their song Tomorrow, Today. The album was heavily produced by both members and contained their own solo songs. This album was meaningful to the duo, using this album to express all their feelings and experiences they felt living in their 20s. October 2010, their 7th album, titled 7 for 7, released along with their title track, You Are. Videos for their other tracks were also released following their MV for You Are. All members participated in the making of this album, writing and composing most of the tracks. November 15, the group released yet another Japanese EP and held a Japanese tour. Unfortunately, Jackson did not participate in both, according to his own decision, although he did say he would make the exception for special occasions. While GOT7 were busy in Japan promoting, Jackson was busy doing solo promotions. At this point, Jackson was being bombarded with questions and rumors asking if he was still a member of GOT7 due to his overflowing solo schedules and not participating in many group activities. Moving forward to 2018, GOT7 released a special video in February with their song One and Only, which featured singer Hyoyeon. In the same month, Mark and Bam Bam held a special fan meet in Thailand. And not too long after, the group made yet another comeback. Their album Eyes on You was their 8th EP and released their song Look. Look became one of the group's most successful tracks, making it on major music charts, and all members participated in the album. The album reached platinum for the first time and sold over 300,000 copies. They would later go on to win platinum for their next albums. In April, Jackson released his new single Dawn of Us, and Bam Bam was exempt from serving in the military in Thailand. And before you knew it, GOT7 were on the road once again on their sold-out world tour, kicking it off in Seoul. In September, all 7 members had the freedom to work on their own solo work. All the members released MVs for their solo songs and used it as a promotion for their next album. September 17th, their album Present You, featuring their single Lullaby, was released. Lullaby was recorded in 4 different languages: Korean, English, Chinese, and Spanish for their international fans. GOT7's popularity was heavily secured by their international fans, so this was a great way to show their appreciation. To further promote their album, the group released a comeback show on Mnet 2 hours after their drop of the album. They promoted on music shows and were guests on multiple programs and held a press conference. This album was once again certified platinum and sold over 200,000 copies. At the end of the year, the group released an MV for their song Miracle that was from their album Present You. And at the end of every year, the group was participating in one of the end of the year award shows. While practicing for a JYP Nation stage, Mark suffered a leg injury and was unable to participate on the stage. He would also have to sit out of events until he fully recovered. Another year had passed, and GOT7 were ready for another jam-packed year. The group started the year off releasing their 3rd Japanese EP. Bam Bam's first fan meet tour was also announced in the beginning of the year, and a few weeks after, JYP Entertainment teased at a new subunit, which was later revealed to include members JB and Yugyeom. To promote the album, the duo held a showcase where their bandmate Young Jae joined and acted as the MC. Bam Bam was also the MC for their Thailand stop. Their subunit Just Two released their album Focus with the title track Focus on Me. The album included 6 tracks and sold close to 90,000 copies. They would also release a Japanese version of their album a month later. The subunit would go on a mini tour lasting 1 month while promoting the album. In May, GOT7 released their 9th EP, Spinning Top, with their song Eclipse. The album sold their usual 200,000 copies in the first week, making the group hit their goal of selling 2 million albums in total since their debut. The group quickly prepared for their upcoming concert and were on another world tour where they traveled to 12 different countries. During the tour, on one of their American stops, the group were invited as a guest on The Today Show. They became the first K-pop group to perform on the show. June 25th, GOT7 released their Japanese single Love Loop. Jackson once again did not participate in this music video. For this release, the group had a special pop-up shop in Japan and tour. In the months between, Jackson's solo career reached new height, constantly releasing new music. November 4th, Call My Name, their 10th album, was released with their title track, You Calling My Name. At the end of the year, award shows, they won big, winning the Performance of the Year award, Worldwide Fan Choice, and Favorite Dance Performance. The group also began their last leg of their world tour that would pour into 2020. After a busy few months of being on tour and having personal activities, the group released their 11th EP, Die. Their title track, Not by the Moon, was released in April 2020. The album sold close to 300,000 copies in the first week and close to 500 copies as of today. During promotions, the group won several first-place awards on music shows. In May, Youngjae became the new DJ for Idol Radio with label mate Youngkae. He would also be announced to be cast in the up-and-coming drama So Not Worth It. Mark was holding his solo fan meets in China from late 2019 to 2020 and released his first Chinese single once his tour was over. Bam Bam used his year to help multiple charities and people and partnered up with UNICEF Thailand for a virtual concert. In October, JB announced he would be holding his solo art exhibition under his moniker Death. Mark was also keeping busy on his break and revealed he would be working on some new music of his own. November 2020, it was also shortly announced GOT7 would be having a comeback. They released their last album titled Breath of Love, Last Piece, with their title tracks Breeze and Last Piece on November 23rd and November 30th. The group held a virtual fan meet to promote the album and were on a few programs. They also promoted the song at the Golden Disc Awards. At the end of the year award shows, they were nominated and won multiple awards and most notably won Performance of the Year. 2021. Just short before the group's 7th anniversary, rumors found itself that the youngest member Yugyeom would be leaving the company and would be signing with AOMG. Other rumors surfaced that the label only wanted to re-sign 2 of the members. The rumors came to no surprise from fans. The group was slowly getting forgotten by their label and not properly promoting the group. JYP had seemed to be focusing on their other groups such as ITZY, TWICE, and Stray Kids. Also, member Jinyoung was reported to be meeting with BH Entertainment, not to be confused with Big Hit Entertainment, in December. JYP Entertainment released a statement on the matter, clarifying that they were still in discussion with the idol and nothing was set in stone. It was also rumored that JB had received offers from other labels as well. Fans at this point were certain that these meetings behind the scenes meant the group would be disbanding and would be affected by the 7-year curse. On January 11th, JYP made an update with this statement. It reads as follows. Hello, this is JYP Entertainment. JYP has held thorough discussions with GOT7 members ahead of the expiration of their exclusive contracts on January 19th. As a result, both sides have agreed not to renew their contracts while hoping for a fresh start. GOT7 has also performed exponentially as a global idol group that represents K-pop since their debut on January 16, 2014. We genuinely thank GOT7 for being a part of the growth of K-pop and JYP, as well as iGOT7s and all fans who have been a source of motivation to GOT7's activities with their endless support since their debut. Our official relationship ends here, but JYP will sincerely cheer on the new future that the GOT7 members will advance into. It's been confirmed that Jackson's international future activities will be managed by Team Wang and managed by a separate company in Korea. Bam Bam is reported to be in discussion with Make Us Entertainment and will continue to do activities in Thailand and Korea. As for Mark, he will be returning home to the United States. His brother also commented on his status in this clip.
To let you guys know to not be worried about him. A lot of people are still pursuing music, my brother included. He's gonna be coming back to the States to be with family, but he is still continuing music here in the US. You guys will soon find out more about it, but don't worry, more music to come from my brother. And as in terms of just like international coverage, he is still doing business internationally.
January 10th, all members posted the same picture on their personal social media accounts with the hashtag GOT7Forever. January 12th, Jackson went on live for the first time since the rumors of the group disbandment. He did not mention anything regarding the rumors, but he did say he'd be releasing new music soon. Just days since the news broke out that all the members would be leaving the label, JYP Entertainment made an ill-timed account that 2PM would be making a comeback 2021. Do you believe this announcement was planned to take attention away from GOT7 leaving? Leave your thoughts down below. Despite that, GOT7 released a special 7-year anniversary video on their YouTube channel. All the members posted on their SNS account the same picture and thanked the fans for their journey together and for what's to come. Having a multinational group meant having a wider fan base from across the globe. Through the course of their careers, they have been widely successful as a group, winning awards and selling out world tours. Aside from their group's achievements, many of the members were not given the creative liberty or freedom to do solo opportunities. With 7 years of experience on their belt, not one single member aside from Jackson has released a solo album, and that's only because Jackson took matters into his own hands and produced it under his own label, Team Wang. The group has been severely held back from their full potential. It's been known that the company has blocked numerous opportunities for the boys, from canceling acting jobs for both Mark and Jinyoung.
试试看演戏，今年可以演戏的话，我就应该会很开心的吧。
한 번 다른 스케줄 못 가게 됐어.
아 형?
나 다른 스케줄 있었는데 못 가게 됐어. 그래서 그것 때문에 원래 미국 가려고 했는데 그거 있어서 못 가는데 취소돼서 이제 어차피 부흥대 오니까 안 갔어.
Shutting down the ideas of solo albums for multiple members, although they asked several times, and they also rejected countless songs made by the members. There were times where the members would share their music and get rejected in seconds.
이제 곡을 딱 듣고선 이거 진짜 아니다라고 생각하면 그냥 5초 아니면은 벌스를 다 듣지도 않아요. 그냥 벌스 반토막 듣고 여기서 딱 꺼버리거든요. 많이 힘들어요.
JB also fell victim to changing lyrics for their title track Eclipse over 20 times. JB himself said in a live, there's at least 15 different versions of the song, and the process was so stressful that it affected his health. To add to the long list, JYP would often embarrass the group on multiple occasions. During pre-debut to debut, member Youngjae was often criticized and belittled by JYP. The young idol was accosted by JYP, saying he was the reason the group wasn't successful. JYP would also use the group to promote himself instead of, promoting GOT7. It's sort of weird seeing the interactions together that makes it look like he's competing with his own boy group. Is it really playful banter or underlying bullying at this point? JYP did not legally help to protect the members when their private information and addresses were leaked by Sasaengs. Another account was once they had a fan meet that the staff had to kick out the group and fans because the company did not pay for a longer venue stay, forcing the members and fans to continue their fan meet outside. The Korean fans have also alleged that the staff members would often mistreat the fans during events as well. The list of accounts can go on. So much mismanagement and mistreatment went on that the fans had to get involved. The fans were busy buying ads and even promoting the group's comeback. Even Mark himself was slowly promoting their album when the group's official account should have been doing it. At this point, the group looked like they were a bunch of clipped birds, caged and unable to fly. With the spread of memes and humorous posts from fans, it's safe to assume that the fans supported their decision and are celebrating their, quote, freedom. GOT7's contracts are indeed expiring, and members are joining separate labels, but they have made it clear that this is not a disbandment. With most disbandments or idols or groups leaving the company, I see it as a blessing in disguise. The individuals have the freedom and opportunity to change paths as they see fit, or pursue their careers in any way they weren't able to before. How do you feel about the group's decision to leave the company? Was JYP's behavior towards the members as a form of tough love to push the boys, or sinister? Let me know all your thoughts and comments down below. And as always, thank you for watching and enjoy your stay.